Let's get straight to the point. Number 8. The power of meh. The principle of detachment. Ever notice how the person who cares the absolute least about the outcome of a situation, whether it's a relationship, a job negotiation, or deciding where to eat dinner, somehow holds all the cards? It's infuriating, right? But that's the point. This isn't about being an emotionless void. It's about recognizing that desperation smells worse than Axe body spray in a middle school locker room. It repels power. When you desperately need their validation, you're handing them the remote control to your self-worth. Scientifically speaking, intense fear of loss triggers a massive cortisol spike, which basically short-circuits your prefrontal cortex, the logical part of your brain trying to keep you from doing stupid things. So yes, caring too much literally makes you dumber in the moment. The strategy here is simple but brutal. Realize that your ability to walk away from the table without looking back is your ultimate leverage. If you aren't afraid to lose it, they can't use it to control you. Master the art of a well-timed meh and watch the dynamic shift in your favor.
Number 7. Stop spilling your guts. Calculated opacity. Why on earth do you feel the need to broadcast every minor thought like you're starring in a low-budget documentary about your own average life? Most people are so afraid of silence that they fill it with their deepest secrets and future plans, essentially handing out a blueprint on how to dismantle them. Machiavelli would have had a stroke watching your Get Ready With Me videos. If you tell everyone your next move, you've already lost the element of surprise. Curiosity is a hell of a drug. When people don't know what you're up to, their brains work overtime trying to figure it out. This is actually a psychological phenomenon where incomplete information creates a curiosity gap that the human brain is biologically wired to fill. By staying silent, you force them to project their own fears and expectations onto you, giving you an accidental upper hand. You aren't being fake, you're being a fortress. Keep your goals close and your poker face closer. If they don't know where the target is, they can't aim at it. So shut the fridge door on your private life and let them wonder why you're so calm.
Number 6. The ethics of the bad guy. Ambiguous morality. Congratulations, you've spent your whole life trying to be the nice person everyone likes, and what has it gotten you? A participation trophy and a pile of other people's chores. Ambiguous morality isn't about being a cartoon villain. It's about realizing that the world isn't a Disney movie where the power of friendship solves systemic issues. Sometimes the most ethical choice is the one that looks ruthless to a bystander. Think about the classic trolley problem. Flipping the switch to save 5 people by killing one makes you a murderer in the eyes of some, but a hero to the 5 who didn't get crushed. This is utilitarianism, and it's the backbone of every effective leader in history. Your brain is wired for cognitive dissonance. It hates holding two conflicting ideas like, I am good and I just fired someone. But guess what? A leader who refuses to make a hard, mean decision eventually sinks the whole ship. Being good often just means being predictable and easy to exploit. If you want to actually achieve something, stop worrying about your halo and start focusing on the scoreboard. Sometimes you have to play the villain to ensure the story actually has a happy ending.
Number 5. The social shapeshifter. Adaptive persona. Why are you wearing the same personality to a board meeting that you wear at a dive bar at 2 a.m.? If you think being yourself means being a rigid statue of your own ego, you're about as useful as a chocolate teapot in a microwave. True intelligence is liquid. Just like water takes the shape of the container, you must adapt to your environment to thrive. This isn't being fake, it's high-level social intelligence. Scientists call this the chameleon effect, where we mimic the mannerisms and speech patterns of those around us to build rapport. It's an evolutionary survival mechanism. Humans naturally like people who mirror them. If you're a loudmouthed jerk in a room of soft-spoken librarians, you aren't keeping it real, you're just failing the vibe check. By adjusting your dial, turning up charisma here or analytical silence there, you aren't losing your identity, you're expanding your influence. The goal is to decide which version of you is the best tool for the job. Stop being a brick and start being the ocean. Number 4. The art of being unsubstitutable. Silent leverage. Do you want to know the secret to never getting fired or dumped? It's not being the best, it's being the most inconvenient to lose. Stop yelling to be heard. Just be the only one who knows where the bodies are buried. Metaphorically, of course. This is silent leverage. Most people think power is about shouting orders, but real power is being the person whose absence would cause total system failure. In psychology, social exchange theory suggests we value what we can't easily replace. If you're the only one who can fix the server or manage that nightmare client, you own the building. Combine this with strategic silence. When you stop talking, people get uncomfortable and start over-explaining, handing you concessions you didn't even ask for. It's like a game of chicken where you've already removed your brakes. Be the person who handles the dirty work so well that the thought of you leaving gives your boss a panic attack. Influence isn't about the noise you make. It's about the silence you leave behind. Number 3, become a human echo. Psychological echo. Let's talk about everyone's favorite subject, themselves. If you want to be the most fascinating person in the room, stop talking about your cat and start acting like a high-definition mirror. This is the psychological echo. Humans are inherently self-centered. Biologically, their brains light up like a Christmas tree when they feel understood. It's a literal dopamine hit every time someone validates their perspective. Scientifically, this is tied to mirror neurons, specialized brain cells that fire both when we act and when we observe someone else doing the same. When you echo someone's emotions and vocabulary, you are essentially hacking their nervous system to make them feel safe. It's not about being a mindless sycophant, it's about making them feel heard so they stop resisting you and start trusting you. If you mirror their energy, they'll hand you the keys to their kingdom because they think they found a soulmate, when really they're just looking at a reflection you've carefully curated. Use their words, steal their rhythm, and let them believe all the brilliant ideas were theirs. It's the easiest way to lead someone exactly where you want them to go without them ever feeling the nudge. It's not manipulation, it's just giving the people what they want. A version of themselves they actually like. Number 2, the digital ghost. Controlled exposure. In an era where people document their lunch like it's a historical artifact, being a mystery is a superpower. Why are you handing out the password to your life for free on Instagram? Controlled exposure is about realizing that your reputation is a brand, and no successful brand reveals the factory floor. Every time you post a vulnerable rant or a picture of your messy living room, you're diluting your value. This is the scarcity principle in action. We value things when there's less of them. If you're everywhere, you're common. If you're common, you're cheap. By being selective about what you share, you create a curiosity gap. People's brains are biologically programmed to obsess over what they don't know. They'll fill in the blanks with their own imagination, usually making you out to be far more interesting and competent than you actually are. Let them. You aren't hiding, you're managing an asset. Treat your personal information like a high-end luxury item, rare, expensive, and only available to those who have earned the right to see it. If you want to be dangerously smart, stop being an open book that anyone can read for free at the bus stop. Close the cover and let them wonder if the ending is worth the price of admission.
Number 1. Eyes on the prize, not the pride. Outcome obsession. Why do you care so much about being right in a YouTube comment section? Does winning an argument with a stranger pay your rent? No, it just gives your ego a pathetic pat on the back while your real goals sit in the corner crying. This is outcome obsession. Most people are slaves to their emotions. They get insulted, they react, and they derail their entire mission. You, however, need to be a heat-seeking missile for results. Scientifically speaking, this is about overcoming amygdala hijacking, where your brain's emotional center takes over and forces you to fight instead of think. When you're obsessed with the outcome, you don't care about looking cool or getting the last word. If losing an argument today helps you close a deal tomorrow, you take the L with a smile. It's the ultimate flex. Stop feeding your pride and start feeding your progress. If the path doesn't lead to the result, you're just doing busy work for your feelings. Be ruthless with objectives and treat your ego like a toxic ex. Ignore it. The world doesn't care how you felt, it only cares if you actually finished the job.
You just got the blueprint. Now, join the inner circle by subscribing. Like this video if you're ready to stop being predictable. Coolest Dude Explains uploads daily to keep you at the top of the food chain. Don't let your competition find us first. Share it, use it, and I'll see you in 24 hours. Stay sharp.